Hey guys, welcome VIPs. It's Cassie. I just want to talk a little bit about what this channel is about. Because I didn't really do like a channel intro. I am going to try and do a channel intro for you all at some point with like an actual video, but mostly I just like to focus on the art stuff and the music stuff. So I'm not really focusing on my videos as much. They're more just lives for right now, because it's easier for me to focus on my art and for a little bit. But there will be some videos coming up. All right. So I am Cassie. I am almost 40. I'm 39 technically, but I turned 40. Uh, I've been on YouTube since 2015, I believe, and on another channel with another genre. So I am not like brand new to the whole scene and stuff like that. So, you know, I have been a creator since like 2015-ish. My other channel is about dolls, and I make dolls as well. But I really just want to focus on my art stuff, and there was kind of a lot of drama in that community that I engaged in. And I just felt like, I started to notice I'm doing more art these days and just want to focus on the positive art stuff that I'm doing. So, I needed a break. So that's why you see like a crib. I know it's really eccentric, but maybe at some point I can direct you guys, if anybody's interested in the doll stuff I do, to that channel. But for now, I want to grow this one, and I am still part of the reborn doll community. That's the kind of dolls I make. But I just want to focus on the art on this channel because I'm making so many projects and doing so much music that I needed a space specifically for that. So the kind of art that I make is I also paint on canvas. My favorite medium is watercolor, and my other favorite medium is acrylic. And I make doll houses. That's another thing I like to make, and I like to do learning how to do woodworking. I'm gonna be joining it's like a club for people. You pay like a fee and you get to use like all their woodworking supplies and machines, and they have a shop to fix your bike or your car, and they also have sewing machines and stuff. Basically, this channel is not just for art and music, it's also for easy crafts that some people might be able to join in on. And um I am fairly new at certain things, so if I'm like new at something, I will tell you all, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm new at this or something, and I'll be honest about it. So I'll say, I'm new at this, I don't really know what I'm doing. A lot of times, a lot of things I do on here is me trying things out for like the first time and just like sharing that experience with everybody to hopefully bring other people to a point where they think, hey, I think I can do better than her. That's fine. I'm not insecure about that. And you try your hand at it because you think it looks interesting. To me, that is me as a creator doing a good job because I'm being able to like encourage other people to, think of trying some things that would be fun. A little bit about me. I have a tendency to overshare. So I like a lot of things I say is like TMI, too much information. On this channel, I do talk about personal issues. I talk about other stuff. I'm trying to be more careful about it, but like we talk about all sorts of stuff while I create. I think a creative process is very healing, and whatever comes up in your mind, you should probably like give it space. So I think also it's fun to get to know people on a different level besides just like making stuff. And I'm not like Bob Ross who like has really good boundaries. So like I just tell you whatever I feel like telling you. And so it's like whatever. So I just have to be me, guys. Like I'm doing the best I can. So I also a little bit about myself is Whew. I am an eccentric person who likes things that people my age normally wouldn't really like, such as fidget toys, things that kids like to play with, um, unique things like funny music that people normally wouldn't listen to that are my age or something like that. I have a service dog and she is awesome. And I don't want to get into exactly all the stuff about her, but she will be photo bombing or appearing in my videos probably sometimes. Um, oh my gosh. Her name's Olivia and she's resting right now in her crate. The kind of art that I also like to do is making instruments. I guess that's something I've been doing right now. We're gonna make Matryoshka dolls, which are like Russian nesting dolls. I like wood burning. That's something I've been getting into lately. Um, oh, I like diamond art. This one I did, it's huge. That's more of a craft, but I make dolls, like I said. I make all sorts of stuff. You just never know what is going to appear on my show or what we're going to get interested in. Um, I am new to using tools and stuff for woodworking. It's something to me that is really hard. The kind of instruments that I like to dabble with or that I'm teaching myself how to play or that I actually take lessons in flugelhorn and trumpet. And so those are instruments that I take lessons in. And, I'm also going to probably be taking lessons in, what do you call it? Hammer dulcimer lessons because, yeah, that's something that I wanted to play since there was this like woman who was playing on the side of the road, like she was a street performer, and I was 17 and I had a really hard life, and her music captivated me. Like I literally stood there and I was like shocked at how beautiful it was. The most beautiful sound I had ever heard in my entire life, and I just stood there and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. And so I was 17. I tried to get a hammer dulcimer. It's a really interesting instrument, and I couldn't afford it. And we didn't really have the internet the way we do now. So I don't know what it was. I started making instruments, and um, and then I discovered that I could make a hammer dulcimer, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can make a hammer dulcimer. So I looked into it and to try to buy the kit, and it was doable. So that's how I ended up with my first two dulcimers, and I still have only had one lesson, but whatever, anyways. And I made like one of the kits was used, and I got it from eBay. Used, it was like in storage for like 32 years. So I went ahead and I got that. I'll show you. And like I had to like basically take the rust off of the different things. And it doesn't work yet because I didn't string it right. Hey Astral, how are you? So I also did the wood burning design. It's like an ocean design. Okay. It's really pretty. Hey Callie, how are you? Welcome. So I just want to show you guys one more thing. Um, I'm just giving people a run. What is it? It's like a synopsis of what this channel is about and stuff. So this is my one that I'm working on now. It's like going to be a pink fairy dulcimer, and this is it. This is wood burning, and those track thingies are going to be like in between. Like that. And this is a big one, and I got this one because I was going to go on a retreat, and the guy who was doing the retreat told me that my dulcimers were too small. I do African drumming every week. This is my a guitar that I fixed that was on its way to the dumpster, and I fixed it. I put all new stuff on it, all new of those peg thingies like down here, and yeah, it's looking kind of smart. I'm teaching myself how to play the sax. Thank you, alto saxophone. I made my own ukulele. So I'll show you. I know how to play the flute, flugelhorn, trumpet, sax is my main. I do have other instruments on the back burner, such as clarinet and all the woodwinds. Hey, Callie, I'm getting you. What? What? You're getting me a mobile scooter? I don't believe you. You're nice, though. Thank you. It's the thought that counts. This is my. I could use it. This is my harp, and I made this. So this is a. I could sure use it, man. Look, Callie, look, I got a new pillow. Isn't it? It was $19. It's crazy. It's really comfortable though. A closed-in one. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about getting one because I was like, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to ask my doctor for another script because I thought it would be, like I probably wouldn't really use them that much, to be honest. So it would just be like once in a while because, to get to my doctor's appointment and stuff like that. They can go like 10 miles and stuff. So, but then again, I could just cancel and then reschedule or do it on Zoom, right? This is my first instrument I made. Yeah, I made a number of mistakes on it. And it's, it's not that great, but has good sounds, so that's cool. And yeah, it's like really pretty. So this was the first one I made, and then I started being like, hey, I really like doing this. I'm gonna make more. I could probably improve on that. So that's kind of how things kind of took off, and yeah, so that's how it kind of happened. All right. So I did try to use that wisteria color for my hammered dulcimer that I'm making now, and it came out like this color in here, and I did not like it. Boo. So you're trying to grow your YouTube channel. I guess I'm just here to have fun, honestly. This is not a monetized channel at this point, and we're gonna see where it goes because yeah, Astral, can you just keep an eye on this? Yeah, so yeah, it's not really it's just fun. How many prototype dolls do I have? I do not have any prototypes. I don't like collecting prototypes in general because, first of all, I didn't make them. I really enjoy making my own dolls. Can I make money? What do you mean by that? We all can make money if we want to. Anybody can make money. On prototypes? Yeah, you could if you basically bought a prototype, saved it, and it increased in value, and then you sold it. But mostly they just depreciate, frankly. It depends on a number of factors, whether they depreciate or whether they grow in value. Oh, can you make money on YouTube? Um, Not really that much typically. You really have to have a knack for it. There's some people, yes, you can make money on YouTube. Some people are really good at that, growing things, and they're just very enterprising. But for me, it's more of a hobby, you know. I just really enjoy doing my art, and if I get anything, it just kind of offsets the cost of my equipment or art supplies. Um, I got myself a YouTube award because yeah, it's a lot of it's like algorithm luck, and you have to do a lot. You have to pay attention to your analytics, all stuff that I don't really focus on as much as I should probably, but I got a YouTube award for myself. I bought some like little plaque thing because I was having a really hard time and I felt like really unsuccessful because my channel wasn't like huge, and I was also getting like Mickey taken out of me basically by my trolls. So I was like, I just wanted to kind of do something nice for myself to like, but no, I mean, you have to basically be on YouTube for a really long time or get really lucky in order to get an award. You have to be, I'm not that good at making videos or anything. Um, it's really hard for me because I'm not good at computer stuff. I got a pink one from Etsy. I think it, I mean, it just basically says subscribe to me or something like that. Um, I just thought it would be fun. I don't know how big your channel is, so uh um thank you. It's strawberry soda. It's delicious. You should try it. It's really good. Um I don't know how many YouTube subscribers you have. I'm like streaming right now, so I can't look. Olivia's tired. She's sleeping. Um she and Laura. Pat's good. He's good. Um you know, things have been really good the last day or two. I've been having a hard time because one of my workers she has not been here, and so um I said to Pat how much I was appreciating her, and her name's Kathy, and he said, you know, yeah, I have an iPhone, but it's an older model. I still like it though. So Pat said, why don't you get Kathy like a present to show her how you appreciate her help? So I got her this. Um it's a cross necklace because she's Christian and she's really, really devout Christian with earrings. So it's cute. So I thought, you know, that might I should probably um on this channel I have about 30 subscribers at this point. And then on my other, yeah, me too. She's really nice. Like I guess I didn't realize how much of an asset she really is until she's gone for a week, and I'm like, ah, she needs to come back. I miss her so much. And I also got her a pair of keys because now I trust her. So you know that's it. So she can come in and not have to be me getting up in the morning to let her into the building. So it is 4:05 in the morning, and let me see if I can like open this thing. So I'm gonna try to do pink because I tried Wisteria for the color first, and I really don't like that color. So I'm like gonna do a different color now. No, Kathy is not a nurse. She is a personal care attendant. So it's kind of like they just do direct care, like help you with different things that you need help with. I don't really want to get into it too much, but people will see Kathy on and off. So I don't mind kind of saying, yeah, that she helps me. So she is like basically my life coach guru. This better be water based because I can't. It's 6. I don't know how old Kathy is. I don't usually ask people that. It's not really. If you ask, you get in trouble because like there's certain things you're not supposed to ask people. But hey, how old are you? No, I would get in trouble for asking certain things. How old is Krista? Krista's 30 as of yesterday. So yeah. So this is my pink. Do you see how pretty? So. Krista is here whenever she feels like being here. She's not a worker. She's just like, friend of mine. And sometimes she's here and sometimes she's not here, depending on what what works for her type deal. No, I don't know who that is. Who is Heather something? O'Rourke? No, I have never been to California. Astral's been to California. No, Krista's my friend. Krista is not a nurse. It's funny. I'm not a nurse. Don't ask me now. I can just see I see how things are gonna go. You're gonna be like, "Are you a nurse?" I don't know who Heather is, so sorry. Like the next question is gonna be, "Well, are you a nurse?" No. I feel bad for somebody. Like they had a picture of their like call bell or something. I have heard of like UCLA, but I don't know where it is. They say UCLA Davis or something. I think it's like a really sought out hospital that helps people or something. Like a lot of people go there. A lot of people I heard go there if they have like a really complicated situation with their health and they can't figure it out, and those people like figure it out for them. From what I understand, but I don't know. All right, I'm gonna look it up. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm a little confused as to why I'm looking this up. She passed away. Oh, she was from the Poltergeist. Yeah, she was a good actress. Do I have a private hospital here near you? What do you mean like private? You mean like a hospital in general? Yeah, there's a hospital like in town. I hate Pop-Tarts. They're gross. I only like toaster strudels. And my cat's having a dream. It's really funny. Do you hear him? I think I tried to watch it, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. I have my favorite movies. Like I'm obsessed with asylums, so I only like watch horror movies if asylum in it or crazy people. So either one of those things is good. But like seriously, I have an obsession with asylums, and I don't know why. I think they're just beautiful. The architecture is amazing. The history is amazing. So I've watched Stonehurst Asylum, Road to Wellville, um, The Ward. Um, I only watch like asylum horror movies. Like I will not watch anything else. I like watching also a horror movie depicting dissociative identity disorder. So like um I don't know, stuff like that. The Sixth Sense was good. I like that. So basically pretty much I watched all of Ratchet. That wasn't that great. I can't right now. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard of John Benet Ramsey. That's a really sad situation. I really think that there must have been an FBI cover up on that one personally because I just don't understand how they couldn't solve her murder. Like it doesn't makes no sense to me. And the family had a lot of money, so therefore I just don't trust the whole situation. I think that something happened and that somebody covered it up. I think no, like I think it's really sad. I remember when that happened because like I was a kid when the whole John Benet thing happened and it was really sad. It was really really sad. Yeah. Um it was really awful. Um for those of you who have cats, do your cats like have dreams the way that my cat does? Isn't it funny? Um no, I don't really hang out in graveyards too much because like to be honest, I'm actually really sensitive and I start to get sick to my stomach when I go in them, especially particular ones like there's particular ones I can recall that have made me particularly sick to my stomach and the most one that I got the sickest at was the Battle Green graveyard in Lexington, Massachusetts. That one got me really upset and I felt like I was going to puke and I had a panic attack and it was bad. So there's just certain places where graveyards where I just feel like, oh, this is not good. That place was like that. Well, it was like that. And it was next to where a really big battle happened. And oh, I don't know. There's something going on there. Not saying I'm psychic or whatever, but I just had a feeling, and I started to feel really sick to my stomach, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is not good." So, yeah. Um, in Salem, Massachusetts, there is a graveyard and the some of the well-known witches will put flowers on different graves, historic grave markers. And I don't get a bad feeling there. I feel a sense of peace and I think the energy is just shifted because of like how I just get a different sense when I'm in that graveyard or next to the graveyard. It's just a part of life. Whereas at the Battle Green, it was such a different feeling. Like I just felt nauseous. I was like, okay, we need to leave right now. And it was a real historic, like the grave markers are some of the oldest graves in like the United States in general. And people who never left, in my opinion. I was like, whoop, I like to. Like, I'm like in the bathroom puking. Like, literally, I'm very sensitive. I can't. Yeah, no, it's not funny. Like, I was more sensitive then than I am now. So, actually, I was having a full on experience that was not good. Uh, um, who do I think killed John Benet Ramsey? Um, I think it was somebody outside the family, to be honest. Um, and I don't know I mean, it was definitely there was forensic evidence and it didn't match up with anybody inside the family. So I don't know, um, I mean, I think it's like hard to figure out who did it, but it was definitely somebody that had seen her that, got attracted to her and mistreated her. So, and killed her. And it was outside the family. So, to be honest, I think that's who probably did it. Yeah, I think it's important to visit graves because, like, it is history and it is fun sometimes, but you got to be careful if you're real sensitive because some of the places are more. Actually, I have never felt that much that sensitive before towards any kind of paranormal gravesite thing as I did in the Battle Green. I think it's called the Battle Green Graveyard, or like this graveyard in Lexington, Massachusetts, next to the Battle Green. And it was like it was really bad. And on the graves, they have like these skulls with the wings and stuff, and it's really scary. Like I'm like literally like, what the hell? Like, what is this? I think it's really interesting that kind of memento mori, like mori or whatever art. But these graves were very tiny and just really interesting. And I don't know. It was, as an adult at my age, I'm more grounded, so I could probably visit and enjoy it. But where I was more sensitive, I was like, it was just awful. I don't know what it was. I was like, I'm gonna be sick. But uh, do you know galaxies? Uh, um, how many silicone babies do I have? I have two, but I don't show them because they are knockoff kind of dolls that are not good. You know. Um. Oh, Pugsley, you swatted her down. Oh no, Pugsley had enough. Hi, Pugsley. Thank you. You were awesome. That was only going in one direction, probably. Uh, Hi there. I'm painting. Uh, how are you? So initially I painted this really weird color and I didn't like it. So now I had to sand it down and restart. Yay! Guess what, Pugsley? I got a new pillow. I got a new pillow. Oh, oh my god. I have like this freaking wow, a little too personal of questions. Okay. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if that's too personal, but I do think it was trolling because she's like, "Oh, I got you a mobility scooter." I'm like, "Okay." Like that's weird. So, I think I was being trolled, guys. But I was kind of letting it happen because it was interesting to answer all those questions. I was kind of like, "Oh, well, these are interesting questions." Um it's I got it at Walmart. Grumpy Pat got it for me, so uh so that's cool. I'm so glad Kathy is coming back tomorrow. Oh, thank God. Thank God. So we're trying to make a pink hammer dulcimer. I got the best deodorant today from the dollar store. This stuff is so good. We are not sponsored. It's Suave, which is rosemary and mint deodorant, and it's like really it's I don't know, it smells okay. I ooh, oh my leg nose. A little too much right there. Shouldn't have like if that was over here, it would have been. You was trolling, but she was all over the place with her questions and filling the chat. No, no, you did the right thing. Some of them were too personal. Like some of them were a little too personal. Um, I think she was trolling because she said she got me like a mobility scooter. Oh, so that's obviously somebody who's been watching me because I was talking about potentially getting a used um, scooter because like I basically need it for around town and stuff sometimes. But I decided not to pursue that because well, um I want to um basically not have too much stuff in my home. So I'm like, A, B, it's good for me to move my body and like use whatever equipment I have here. So that's why I mean I'm like digging my heels in because I could probably go to the doctor and get a script for it, but I just don't want to have to deal with the doctor because I know if I go in there and ask, she'll try to get me to go to physical therapy or something I don't want to do. She's like, well, yeah, I'll sign the script, but you should go to physical therapy if it's that bad, which it is that bad. So I don't want to have to deal with it. So I'm like, how about you just do nothing and see how that goes? So yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Um yeah. Anyway. Well, almost done here. This is like a stain, so God, I'm so sensitive to freaking scents and stuff like that. It smells good, but if you like put it, nope. So, yeah, I can't believe it's like it's almost like 4:30 in the morning. That's crazy. 4 in the morning, tapped out and yawning, long in my life away. You're really tired. I'm sorry to hear it. Did you have to clean up or something? Oh my god. I've been watching documentaries. They have really good Labor Day type documentaries about 9/11 right now. Oh my gosh, I heard on the news or somewhere there's a documentary about like a garage that they converted into an FBI station during 9/11 and the name of the documentary is called The Garage. I want to see it so bad, but I don't have cable, so I don't know if I can see it. But I forget what network it's on, but it's called The Garage, and it's about how within like 24 hours they set up at a nearby garage. Okay, because like anytime there's a disaster, like what happened on 9/11, they would have to set up some sort of command post for like the FBI to figure out who may have done it and to take evidence. So, they have to be right there. And they had it to be in an inconspicuous kind of place, this ugly old garage. And Martha Stewart was upstairs cooking for them, I guess, because channel and stuff was like near there, so she would like bring down all her foods that she had made and here, do you guys want this and that? So, all right. So this is one. I'm not gonna like paint the insides here. I'm just gonna really leave them like purple, which I'm gonna do later. But Olivia, Olivia is just like, what? I'm worried about her. She's been super tired, and her hind end has been like really stiff since she played with Aura. So I don't know if it was just that so much exercise, not used to. So so I'm doing range of motion on her and stuff every day now until it feels better. I may actually put her on some glucosamine because she's a big dog. She has it in her food, so that's why I haven't, started glucosamine, but oh my god, she's a cutie patootie. She's a cutie patootie. No, 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 no. Yeah. Yeah, all these political things right now that are on like Netflix and Amazon, they're so good. They like really tell the story of like 9/11 and like I watched one called The War Against Terror, and I think that's what it was called on Netflix, and it was just like really informative and just like about history and about how like everything happened um and what the soldiers felt were things that were difficult for them once they were deployed, and it was really neat, and you really appreciate what these servicemen went through when you watch it because I guess I didn't realize, and it was like so sad because like there's one guy and he was like, nobody cares about us over here. Like he was like, nobody even understands what we're doing or anything. And I mean, I just because the war just kept going on, and I guess, so it was like a really interesting they explained about how they couldn't figure out who was the enemy sometimes because everybody looked the same, and and they just really struggled with it because they didn't even know what they were doing. They didn't know if they had if they basically had the right person, or if they oh my god, it was really sad and really really helpful because like I guess I just didn't know. I had no idea. When I was like watching it, I was like learning all sorts of stuff about the struggles of these like, soldiers and what they went through, like when they were serving and stuff. And oh my God, it's really helpful. So, if you're curious and you like politics and you like history, this is a really helpful kind of show about I think it's called like the War on Terror or something like that. Um, they did they talked to soldiers and they interviewed them about their experiences, and there was a woman who had been at the Pentagon when the situation happened at the Pentagon, and it was really interesting. Like she was in there when the plane hit the Pentagon during September 11th, and Oh, it was just really fascinating to me. Her experience, and she was talking about, like trying to save people, and she tried to like rescue people and stuff like that. And she did rescue a woman, and she wanted to go back in for more, but like obviously the fire was really hot, so she couldn't. And oh my god, it makes you remember that time. And like, I don't know, I can't believe how old I am, but like, it makes me remember that time. And I remember on September 11th, those of you guys who may not have been there, um, the sky was really quiet. There was no planes in the sky. In fact, everybody was really quiet. It was really a somber day. And I remember I was in college at the time, and they had the TV on um, in the lunch cafeteria area, um, cafe area. Like, so in between our classes, I think that, well, because I was a psychology major, so what basically, basically, because we were psych majors, it was like everybody, every single class was like we were invited to talk about our feelings all the time. I don't know if that happened to other college students, or was that just reserved for the fact that we were psychology students. Um, so it was like every single class you went into, because I mean, I don't know how many psychology classes I took in one day, but I had a lot of psychology classes in one day. So like every single class I went into, everybody was like, "Oh, let's talk about our feelings again." And everybody was talking, you know. I think that we actually got let out early in one or two classes, if I recall, or where they decided, that they should have us come in so we could talk about our feelings. But then they were like, all right, once they realized we were okay mentally, we were free to leave for like the rest of the day or something. Um, and you know I mean, I think most of us were just pretty much glued to the TV. And I remember I was in the car. Okay, I was in the car, and if I recall, where I when I found out, like, where were you guys when you found out? I was in the car, and on the radio somebody came on, and they were like singing that, and I thought it was a prank or something. That that a plane had just hit the World Trade Center. So I was like, okay, that's really weird. I thought, like, this. I trying to figure out, is this like a prank, or why would that happen? I thought that maybe it was like a small plane, like, like, one of those, Cessnas that people private pilots fly, and then maybe they didn't see the building was so tall. Maybe they were running out of jet fuel, or something mechanical happened to their airplane. So to me, I thought, like, to me, you try to rationalize it when you hear about something like, that doesn't make much sense. You just, oh, well, that must be this or that thing happening. So to me, I was like, oh, you know, but then they're like, no, this is a really big plane, blah, blah, blah. And then they tried to say that it was, you know, probably an accident, because why would a plane, do that and stuff? Why would it just like be hitting a building? And then after that, it was like all of a sudden they're like, well, surely the firemen will go in there and help. You could hear they were reporting they were going to help, dig these people out of there, um, and it happened really fast. And then all of a sudden, um, before you knew it, the second they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden they were saying, they'll have to go in there and help them, right? And then all of a sudden you heard oh my god, the building collapsed or something like that, or people are jumping out of the I don't know, it was like all this terrible stuff was happening where people are like jumping out of the windows from the top floor to try to like because they had a choice between being burned alive or, you know, or just basically so it was really awful. And then I remember the news person was like, "Oh, surely they're gonna stay in there and rescue everybody." But then but then that's when the building collapsed on and I was like, "Oh my god," cuz just when you thought that the firemen should go in and rescue people, then the building collapses, you know? Like so then I thought, "Oh my god, the firemen are in there." And then all of a sudden they said the second building. I don't know in exactly the specific order, but then the second building um that's when the second plane hit and then at that point they were like, "Oh, this is not an accident." You know, "I'm afraid this is not an accident," is what the reporter said. So I was like, "Okay." So there was this restaurant and I remember it was in my college town and I pulled over and I went over to this restaurant. I mean, it was not a restaurant, it was a pharmacy and it was the last pharmacy in the United States, as far as I know, that had, or one of the last in New England that had a soda jerk. I don't know if you know what a soda jerk is, but they're magnificent. So this was this extremely old pharmacy from like in an old Victorian building, like ancient building from like I don't know, God. And back in the day, soda jerks were the type of people who would make tonics if you were sick or something like that. So they never got rid of their soda jerks. So you go and sit on the counter and get ice cream or root beer floats or different things. That was like my favorite place to go. And so went there because I was really upset and I sat down and the TV was on. And I remember watching the TV, and that was when the first time I saw it. And it was like really bad. And I started feeling scared and really upset because I knew we were going to go to war. And I remember I just turned to this random person beside me. I said, "We're going to war." And he's like, "Yeah, probably." And and I just like shook my head and I tried to like not think about it because I started having an anxiety attack like really bad because I didn't want us to go to war and but I knew that it needed to happen, but at the same time, I don't know, I had mixed feelings about it. So, we ended up going to war with some random entity, like, just that's a whole nother story. But basically, yeah, I mean, it was really upsetting, and, I remember I just, like everything felt really weird. It was so quiet, everybody was super quiet, like I said, and there was no planes in the sky, and, at all, and not a single one, and, and it was like that feeling that you're part of history all of a sudden that you never thought. I don't know, I've only gotten that feeling a few times in my life, and that was one of them. And another time was when I found out that we had a global pandemic on our hands. Those were the 2 times where I felt like, "Hey, like, we're really actually living history right now. We're, like, part of history." Or this is, like, we're we're living part of, like, world history. I don't know, it was just, like, a feeling of, like I don't know how to explain it. Like, that moment where you realize that, like I don't know. So, I I don't know. You're really tired. Sorry. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of my experience. I don't know if you have a different experience, Pugsley, about that day. What it was like. Um, you know, they did look for survivors and they didn't really find any at all. as far as I know, and it was really awful. Um, Interesting. I heard that there was a service dog that got given like some special award because he led his blind handler out of the burning building. So he was like the first civilian dog to actually get that kind of an award. Um, you were getting ready for work that day, just got out of the shower after first plane hit and dropped Tommy knees and watched everything happen as I got ready. And when my ride came, I ran out to the bus and told the driver to come in and see the TV, and the driver was my aunt's friend and dropped to his knees too, and I had to call off. The feeling made me so sick to my stomach. Yeah, like it felt really awful. And then it was really this weird thing that I recall that everybody started getting very patriotic. Like everybody started to wear red, white, and blue and all this stuff like that. And why it was so shocking was because it wasn't as if we were having a problem with the Middle East at the time that, you know, like we were, I guess, maybe, but it wasn't like very apparent to like the average person that, that we were having all this drama. Like, and never did we think on our soil something like this could like happen ever. And it was like kind of, I don't know, like we were having issues with the Middle East on and off throughout time, but it wasn't like oh, like, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't really seem I don't know. It didn't really seem like there was like this huge problem with the Middle East or anything. Like, I don't know. I mean, um it was really out of the blue, it felt like. To me, anyways. To me it felt out of the blue. And to a politician, they probably wouldn't necessarily feel that way. But when President Bush found out, because it was President George Bush Jr. or whatever. Anyways, he was reading to a class full of children and stuff. And he was just reading like this book. Like we didn't all think it was gonna. I don't think it. Nobody was really expecting it, as far as I know, and it was really weird. Um, Honestly, we couldn't understand why somebody would do something like that. And I think one of the hardest images that I've ever seen looked at was like the guy who literally just jumped out of the window of the World Trade Center because he had no choice to like either jump or be burned. And so he was like, okay, I'm jumping, you know what I mean? And it was like, I don't know, some photographer caught him. Um, and it's one of the most iconic pictures ever taken is this guy who literally had resigned to his fate that he had to jump. Doesn't seem scared. He just jumped out the window because he had to, and it was just really uh weird. I don't know. I guess like people, what made me sick to my stomach is like, I guess people were hearing, they're like, there would be people at the site and they were like hearing stuff like, and like they were hearing like people literally jumping and hitting like the roofs. I mean they were hearing them hitting, I think it was the roof of the cars or something below, after they jumped out of the building and stuff. They were just like being like, they were jumping off the from the top of the World Trade Center. So it was like you could hear the bodies like smacking the ground and stuff. And it was, oh man, it made me sick. Like I thought This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is America right now. Like, I couldn't believe that was like happening. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't. So, I think, there's extremism in every single religion, and oh, just like that. Sorry. We'll change the subject. I don't know why I was thinking about that. But anyways, there's some good shows on right now. So don't watch them if you get triggered. It's not good. I don't know. I guess that day I struggled and I had like one or two panic attacks, but I actually got through it okay when it came down to it. So I was like okay. Generally speaking, I was okay that day. I was just, you know what's the weirdest thing? Is that sometimes you think when you hear about stuff that happens or goes on in life, you think, oh, that would be so weird or that would feel so weird, but then it becomes the new normal. Like the whole thing with the pandemic, everybody's saying new normal, the new normal. And that's the truth. Like when with PTSD as well, like there would be things in life that would happen and I would be like it would be shocking to think that that would happen, but then like when it happens it becomes like the new normal and you just kind of becomes normal and like more like okay, this is weird, but I don't know. So I just want to talk about one of my videos from my other channel really quick, and I guess I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I'm gonna mention it. So I did a tutorial, and the tutorial was how to make reborn dolls. Okay, like I was like, okay, this is how you make them and stuff. Um, and um, somebody was like, you know, uh, like I literally, this was before the pandemic started, and we now don't have glass and tile medium, but we have like a better item instead of glass and tile medium called soft gel matte medium, and it's like way better than glass and medium ever could be. And basically it's the stuff that it's called golden soft gel matte medium. It's the stuff that basically ensures that that you don't that basically you don't have to that it will stick to the vinyl, like your water-based paint will stick to the plastic doll basically, okay? And I got really irritable and terse with people because like due to no fault of my own, like basically golden started to be available, but glass and tile medium ceased production because of the pandemic. And so I had to relearn how to, well, not relearn everything, but I just had to start using a different medium to mix my water-based paint to make it work. So I think so people started to ask me in the comments below, like, hey, what do I use and this? And I would say, golden soft gel matte medium and stuff. And then, they would still keep asking. They would be like, well, you know, so I didn't realize how many people watched the tutorial, but I literally like, I put a lot of effort into that tutorial, those tutorials, and I literally had, I think, you know, um, like 100 people were like, literally 100 people were like, hey, what do I use instead of this? And literally it felt like 100 anyway. It probably wasn't, but and I just kept on writing, well, do this and do that, and like I was trying to help everybody else out and be like, hey, this is what you got to do. Well, that went on and on and on and on, and then all of a sudden, um, I just snapped. I admit it. I snapped, and I was like, I was like, I'm like, you guys need to, um, I kind of was like, I snapped, and I was like, hey, yeah, like, um, somebody needs to figure this out um, because like, just read the comments below when, um, if you don't know, um, you know, try to read the comments below and see if other people have the same question, because like it would literally be somebody asking me, and like one question below it would be like, hey, or two questions below it would be, hey, like, what do I do? I don't have this product. What do I use instead? And I mean, literally said it like a bazillion times. And it was so dang frustrating. And I made this video where I was like being a complete bitch about it. Like, I was like, hey, I'm not going to say it again. I'm like, da da da. And I feel bad about that because, like, obviously that was a real, like, bitchy thing to do. But at the same time, let me try to get some purple stuff over here. It was a real bitch maneuver, but at the same time, um, I had, due to no fault my own, like, I'm making this video, I'm not, people active. Okay, I had somebody who was like, well, you know, like, yikes, why do you have to, and I mean, like, literally, a little sensitive, mind you, because they're like, you don't have to be so rude, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not really getting paid for this, okay, so, I'm kind of like, you know, like, literally just did this, to help others, and because I thought it would be fun, and when it ceases to be fun, I get really pissed off because it's like, because it was like, you know, a little annoying because it wasn't my fault. There was nothing I could do about it. And it was pissing me off, frankly, because I couldn't, oh great, everyone won my shirts. This is why I buy a few of the same. Um, I just got really frustrated because I was like trying to answer this question, and I would answer it, and then it was like, should I take my tutorial down, which is a perfectly valid and good tutorial. It's just that you have to, and I don't want to go through the effort of fixing everything, given that I'm not really making money on that, and I just want to give distance between me and this at this point. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be bitchy. But I'm just basically like, okay, like, please do not ask me anymore. I really did do a whole video. Okay, have a good night. I did a whole video about it, and I was like, hey, go ahead and use this. I mean, actually, my tone really could have been better when I look at it, but I was just so tired of it. Like, the pandemic sucks so bad because production has ceased to like freaking exist for that item. All right, so I'm gonna like paint these little bridge things in between here. Basically, I was going to use this color for the whole wood staining part, except for the top. I was gonna leave like a natural, but what ended up happening was I was not happy with it, and I just really wanted pink. So I decided to go ahead and, um, I then I um, sanded everything, and then I redid it with, you know, pink. So, yeah. But I think this looks good in here. It's like this blue with a pink. I think that looks good. So the whole dulcimer is gonna be like pink, but I'm gonna allow this to be blue in the grooves because they are looking good. So I'm just gonna and then I will. Yeah, if I do a tutorial from now on and something like that happens, I will try to just like write something up to go with it. I'm trying to figure out how to I'm like learning a lot of things as I go, and I like want to put more work into my art right now than I do my videos. So I just feel like I only have so many hours in the day, and I really want to be able to finish this thing. So there. Alexa, do you have any duty-free music?
I couldn't find any duty tracks in Amazon Music.
It's howdy doody time. Oh my god. Duty-free music. Uh I think pink looks like way better. I don't know. Happy accidents. So basically, tomorrow I have to drill the rest of the holes into the instrument that I'm making for these things here. Um It pins and all the things. So I have to do that. And then yeah. So and I have to put those in it, and then oh no, okay. So I still have to stain the instrument and then put the pins in it. But first I have to drill the holes in it and everything. And yeah, so then seal and just have a lot of stuff to do and whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, this is kind of an ongoing project, and then we have another one where I have to restring a lot of it because it's not that good. So I have to like restring that whole thing. Again, my other thing on my other project, and then try to tune it, which is like really hard. So ooh, so that one needs to be done, I guess. There's a lot of strings that can probably stay on it, but there's a lot that need to go. So, um, you know, like I just, it was my first hammered dulcimer that I ever tried to make, and it's just really hard. So, I have to redo all the strings, and yeah, so not all of them, just a few. And then hopefully with the knowledge I've gained from making that instrument, this one will come out okay. But the lady said that the teacher that I have secured, that it's actually not unfixable, and that it just needs work. So it was like my first one and I had no instructions, so that the difference between the one I made now and that one is that I had to put this one together completely. Like all the pieces of wood came separated, and it was like, okay, this piece of wood, and then you have to put like all these support beams and all this crazy stuff together. And it was a real pain in the ass, frankly. So I then have to drill all the holes myself. Like I have to do all of it, myself. So whereas the other one came already like as like put together, but you just had to put like the bridges on and the strings on and decorate it. But it's a lot easier that way versus like it coming in pieces completely and having to completely. All right, this is really pretty actually. So it's got some dimension, which is really pretty. It's like this kind of wisteria kind of color with like pink on the sides, which is really cool. So pink is my favorite color, and it's looking really awesome. Actually, it's a happy accident because it looks good. Um, this one I have to do the same too. I just have to color and paint in here, and then when that's done, take a break, stop. But here's one. It's really pretty. Alexa, who has copyright rights to Debussy's songs?
Here's something I found on the web. According to InstantShankar.com, copyright 1983 John Bell Young.
I want to listen to one of the songs and I can't. Well, wait, I'm not monetized. I guess I could. Yay. Alexa, play Reverie by Debussy.
Reverie by Claude Debussy on Amazon Music.
Yes. So pretty. Alexa, play Fairy Night Magic.
I can't find the song Fairy Night Magic.
Alexa, play Fairy Heart song.
Fairy Heart by Moods of Peace on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, play the CD Fairy Heart Magic by Gary Stadler.
Fairy Heart Magic by Gary Stadler with Stephanie on Amazon Music.
It's perfect because I'm making a hammer dulcimer that's fairy themed. Alexa, turn down the volume. Alexa, turn down the volume. Super loud. Alexa, turn down the volume. Okay, this is looking good. Yeah. Alexa, stop. All right, well, I'm going to get going. So at this point, I still have to do a few touch-ups on these, but basically these are the bridges that hold up the strings and stuff like that. And they're pink now because I decided to go with pink as the main color. I was going to do this wisteria color, which is like almost this blue color, but it's kind of purplish blue, but it doesn't look great. So I decided to go with pink and then leave the purplish blue color to give it some definition inside these that hold up the strings, and it looks really good. So yay, that looks really good. So hopefully, and then the hammer dulcimer itself is going to be pink, stain and stuff like that. And the top is going to be like a natural stain. So I guess we'll do that tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye. Thank you for coming to my live.